Working for the public service can be one of the most interesting ventures that you can get into because as you start to understand the way the public service works. Working for the public service can be one of the most interesting ventures that you can get into because as you start to understand the way the public service works, you start to understand how the country works and the systems and the things that have to be in place to make things work. Now, even though it's exciting to start a business or be an entrepreneur and the challenges that come with figuring out problems and figuring out issues and creating solutions by creating businesses, that same business acumen can be applied in a corporate environment. And that's where you hear the buzzword entrepreneur, where somebody uses their business acumen to survive within the corporate structure and do well. These days, it's the least you expect of any CEO or anybody on the C-level, using that business acumen to be innovative and bring changes and try to find ways to maximize return on investment. But it's even more exciting when you see that business acumen within the public service. And that's what I like to call the Govpreneur. That person that tries to innovate with the limited resources that you have, trying to engage with the different processes and trying to find ways to improve these processes so overall the public can get a bigger return on investment, so that the taxpayer can start to realize return on what it is they put in. Because the government is a big, or it's a huge entity, just like with any organization, whether private or not, that is huge. You have processes, you have levels, and that introduces unintentionally certain levels of bureaucracy. But you always need to look at the dynamics around it. If you propose a solution and it does not work, you always need to find alternatives. If you propose a solution and it doesn't work, you always need to look at providing or finding alternative solutions. But always remember, with the same type of zeal you would use if you were working or running your own business, the same type of commitment, the same type of finesse, the same type of resilience that you would have if you go and you hit a wall, that's the same type of commitment you want to have when you work for the public service as well. And that's what makes you a Govpreneur. Because you're thinking outside the box, you're thinking of the different dynamics, you're thinking of the problems, you're thinking of the issues, you're thinking of ways to save cost and be more efficient and be more productive. And it's a consistent battle. And sometimes that will cost you to have to work hours on end, close at 12 in the night, come to work as early as 6 o'clock. And what's beautiful about it is you do that thanklessly. Because while the public may enjoy some of the benefits of whatever it is that you're introducing, they will never know. They're probably going to keep hearing them bash the public service back foot. But you know what it is that you have to do to keep things moving and keep working. And that's what makes the challenge a little greater. But if you remember that, just with any businessman, that the harder the conflict, the sweeter the triumph. When you do succeed in fixing those issues, in coming up with those solutions, in solving and celebrating those little milestones, you become stronger for it. And that's why I say that today is the age of the Govpreneur. I encourage anybody who's thinking about doing any real business and wants to build that resilience, whether in a corporate environment or even as an entrepreneur, try going through the public service and building that resilience there and learning to find creative ways of getting your projects, your things that you need moving, your solutions done. And believe me, it does work. I've seen it work before. And it will make you a better person for it.